Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I have Leslie Laguardia with me. She's named after an airport in New York or
That
somewhere.
was my great-grandfather.
Well, hang it. Oh, I've got to behave myself now with a little bit of celebrities here. What do you mean that was your grandfather?
Yes.
He built the airport?
No, he was the mayor of New York City during the Depression.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Your what a, oh,
Yes.
I don't ever
Famous
pre-interview
mayor.
anybody.
Very famous mayor, and changed New York
And
City.
he was the mayor of New York.
Yes.
So you knew as a little girl.
Oh no, I wasn't.
You
I
weren't
was a
born.
twinkle. I was a star in the sky then.
You were a star in someone's eyes, somewhere around there you were.
Yeah.
That's amazing, though.
Yeah, it's funny that
That's a
people
cool
would
story.
even. Yeah, it's funny that people would even know LaGuardia out here in Nevada. But yes, I guess he was famous all over the world.
Well, I'm a British subject, so I know all the airports because
Yes,
you're
of
flying in and
course.
out all over the place, and LaGuardia is one of them, obviously. So, but now you are an author.
I'm a publicist.
You're a publicist.
So I make people famous. People like you.
Well, I'm sitting in the right seat then, aren't I? Because I've got half a book done.
Yeah.
I'm doing a biography of myself.
As you should.
Well, I don't know. I'm going, I'm going into things. I don't know if I like what I see. No, it's a long story, obviously.
Yeah.
So what made you go into being, why are you a publicist?
Well, I was a professional dancer for 35 years.
Oh.
And I owned 4 Arthur Murray dance studios.
Really?
And I competed all over the
Arthur
world.
Murray, Dancing in a Hurry.
Can't believe she knows this. Really? Oh. But I owned the franchises, but not only did I compete, I taught, I was a choreographer, I did the Orange Bowl. I had a wonderful career in
Orange
dancing.
Bowl in Los Angeles?
Down in Florida.
Oh, down in Florida.
So did lots of great fun things and had a wonderful career in dancing. And
Now, you danced yourself and you obviously taught other people how to dance. Oh,
Changed
that
their
must have been
lives.
hilarious.
Oh,
especially
Arthur Murray
teaching.
Dance Studios, it was a dream job. It was a
Was
dream
it?
career.
And is that why you bought up the franchises?
I did. I really did. I just loved it. And then
Well, how could you be at all of them as far as
and then
magical woman?
And well, I am a woman, so we can do anything. And in high heels like Ginger Rogers. So,
Well, I always wear high heels.
Me too. I was born
Look
with
at
them.
this.
That's why my mother said labor hurt so much.
Yes.
So I was born in high heels.
And you haven't taken them off
I
since?
haven't taken them off. That's right.
At least I meet somebody that likes high heels. I wear high heels all the time.
Every day, and I dress
Every
up
day.
like this every day too. I just feel like
a woman after my own heart.
this is my. And when I first met you, I was just overwhelmed with how lovely you always dressed every
how
time.
sweet.
Great,
Sweet.
great
But
fashion.
It's just a way, you know. Everybody does remark about it, but to me, it's not. It's just that I do it.
Yeah,
I just look at my closet and I wear this and this, and I don't ever get dressed till the last second after the hair's done, the makeup's on, and then I think, all right, now we're moving.
Yeah, I can't even
Do you
go
do
to the
the same?
grocery store without mascara.
Well, I can't go to the grocery store without eyelashes. I'm going to admit, yes, I do have these things on.
Yeah. But when you're in the careers that we are in, which is in the public eye and working with celebrities that I do, and
Yes.
you want to match their energy.
You want to present yourself.
You want to be classy and present yourself, and,
Yes.
and people that work with a publicist, you want to look famous if you're going to make other people famous too.
Yes, because that's the idea of a publicist. The idea of a publicist, if you don't know out there, because I know there's a lot of people that write books, they don't know what to do with them. So they come to you.
Well, it wouldn't be just books. It would be, let's say, a celebrity or someone who had a show.
Yes.
It's any person that wants to take their brand of themselves. It could be a realtor. It could be a lawyer. I work with Ben Vere.
You do a large...
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with a lot of celebrities, and they want to get their name in the news. They want to be on TV. They want to have an opportunity to be on this.
This is the woman I need. I need this young lady.
I need this woman.
I need. Well, that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
I need you and you need me.
Yes.
So we can help each other. That's the idea of this show, Vegas Live with Ninon. The idea is to help people, and that's what we do. We help people like you. We just had a young man, and I was talking different things about him. He was so honest and so great. But he's a singer. We help him get out there. So
that's what it's all about. And you
I
yourself
think so.
are actually publicists, believe it or not, because
Oh,
you're taking you're taking people and presenting them to the community, to Las Vegas, and even farther reaching areas, and you're
Yeah, because
doing
we
that
are
for-
on the internet.
Yes.
We're all over.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to brag a little bit now, and I hope that my Maria Pureza doesn't mind. She's my producer for Vegas Live with Ninon. Well, I have another show called Ninon Speaks, and that's strictly done on the internet.
Yes, I've seen
Have
that.
you seen that?
Yes, I have.
Well, we just got a platform. We're now on Roku.
Oh, good.
Yes. So apparently this is very good. I don't know how good it is, but everybody's like, every time I mention it, they go, oh, Ninon, I'm thinking,
You've done a great job with Facebook, and you've done a great job in putting your name out there. When did you
coming from you.
When did you come to Vegas? Because I feel like I met you when you first came.
You probably did. I came in, I'll tell you when it was, January the 21st at 3:30 in the afternoon. 2012.
And I came here in 2014. So you'd
Awesome.
only been here in
Couple of
January
years.
2014.
Yes.
And I came from New York because I was tired of the snow. I was tired of the gray skies. And I'm just like the power of
Gray
positivity.
skies are blue.
So I just love waking up every day. So if I could be a publicist under blue skies in Nevada, why not?
So what about the summer? Does that bother you, the heat?
Not at all.
No. Doesn't
I'd
bother
rather
me
have
either.
113 degrees than
Below 20.
13 degrees below zero.
I agree with you.
Only good thing
I
about
don't
New
know if
York
I've ever
is
lived in
wearing
13
warm coats.
below. I don't know. I've never lived in a really cold place myself.
Yeah,
But,
it's-
I happen to like the cold. Like I love Chicago.
Mm,
I think Chicago's fabulous. So let's get back to you. So how are you doing? You had Arthur Murray. You kind of closed. Did you sew them all? Or
Well,
what did you do with them?
I branded myself an Arthur Murray because there's one thing about dancers. Like people, we get old. And, you know,
Tell me.
so you have to plan
That's an
ahead.
understatement of the
You have
whole
to
year.
plan ahead that these legs are not going to work for you forever.
Yeah, but yours are still working.
So I started to brand myself in a community called Saratoga Springs, which is home of the racetrack and the big hats.
I know Saratoga.
And-
I've been there. I've been to the racetrack
and
with
I
the big
became
hats.
very well known at the galas by dancing
you
with
were.
my husband at the time, and we
What
would
did you do
dance.
with him?
What did I do with him?
Yes.
We would sometimes perform.
No,
in
you said off the
costume.
pass.
Oh, well, he passed away.
Oh, my husband passed away too.
It's another
So
thing we
they're
have
probably
in common.
both up there at the racetrack or something.
They're probably, yeah.
Probably.
Mine would be teaching mambo or something. But,
You
you
would be
know.
teaching the mambo, and I would be trying to learn it in between the races.
But, you know, we really branded ourselves in the community, and that started rolling this whole concept of how you take a small business and put a crown on their head and let them grow into it. And we would always
energy.
we would be in the newspaper, they'd take pictures of us, and then I said, if I can do this for me and take a little dance studio and turn it into $1 million business, what could I do for other people?
Isn't that nice?
So when I decided to retire and moved to Las Vegas, I started Laguardia Media and Public Relations, and I tapped into some of those celebrities I used to work with, and started tapping into other dance studios or people I would meet on the strip, and that my company just started to boom.
So have you found that Vegas is mostly entertainment, isn't it?
It's very much entertainment, but it also has a wonderful community of personal injury lawyers. There are a lot of personal injury lawyers here.
Well, I would imagine
Look
that
at all
would
the
be right.
billboards.
I was going to say, look at all the people that are suing all the hotels.
Yeah, but the billboards.
And you know, I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it because I say things that I'm not supposed to say anyway, and I don't particularly worry. But they say that the lawyers, they don't really worry too much about, you know, how it's solved and what happens, because the client is either going to be gone in 2 weeks or 2 years. Because most people stay in Vegas, the longest is 2 years. Maybe different now. I think it's maybe a little different. They stay a little longer now.
But because
before-
there are so many, the lawyers really want to say, this is my brand, this is how great we are. And,
Yes.
and because this
With
is...
all the posters up outside.
the laws are
everything.
different on personal injury here. So my job is to try to take a particular attorney and get them in the news, make them an expert in their field by writing articles about them, by getting them a billboard, by putting them on a podcast or a TV show. Anything that's going to bring them
anyone.
an expert.
Yeah, you can bring them on.
I would love to.
I've never actually interviewed a lawyer that way.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
There's some
wouldn't it?
fascinating people up there and great stories. I love the stories.
Oh, I love stories. Well, you love stories.
But I have a motto in my website that says, "We put you in the spotlight and keep your competitors in the dark."
I like that.
my
I
motto.
love that. That's your logo. Well, yeah, because you're promoting. This is
like
your guy. This is who
you're going to come to me. I'm going to put you in the spotlight, and we're going to make you famous.
Now, at one time, lawyers never were in the spotlight. Lawyers never did do all this.
Right.
They were always kept very sort of. They could not advertise. They could not put themselves out there. So what?
Doctors too.
And
Same
doctors,
thing. And now you see.
Now all you see is big posters with "I'm the greatest lawyer that ever lived."
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, and I'm the greatest doctor. I'm the greatest dentist. And you go, well, who? And then you turn around and say, if you're advertising yourself, then are you that good? That's the question when people ask. How do you answer that?
It's a fine line
Yeah.
between marketing someone as an expert and marketing someone with an ego. You want everybody wants to hear from an expert, and if you can make your client look like an expert, and you can position them so that the news will call them because they're so good at what they do,
and they're honest and they're good and they're reliable.
Exactly.
Because that's the reputation you are putting out for them.
Exactly.
So they'll come to and this is what the lawyer wants, that he's not thought of as just a guy taking your money.
You know, I have this so interesting client, and I would love to have him on the show. He's one of only 8 doctors in the world that perform a very special amputee surgery. You know how amputees, they have to wear a prosthesis, right? The suction
cup. But it has to fit.
And it's so painful for them, and it gives them blisters and their skin cracks. Dr. Ronald Hillock is one of the few surgeons that inserts a rod up into the leg. The bone, the femur bone, grows around it, so they never have to wear that suction socket again. They literally screw their leg on, and it changes their lives. They can go grocery shopping. He's fascinating.
It's great for our vets and everybody.
But who would know about a man like this unless he had a publicist? And
you'd never think that somebody would have a publicist for that. I mean, I'm even quite surprised myself to have, and I'll definitely have him on the show for sure.
Oh, he's wonderful.
So a lot of people can, have this operation done.
And it's so great that you highlight people on the show like this, because you're opening a new sphere of influence for them.
I hope so.
And absolutely.
It's so funny you say influence. I said to somebody the other day, I said, do you think I'm an influencer?
Oh.
And they looked at me and said, Ninon, are you joking? And I said, well, no, I'm asking. Because I don't think I'm an influencer.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
I guess so hire me.
Absolutely, 100% influencer. I mean, Facebook, internet.
I hope I can help as many people out there as possible.
Yeah.
I had a show before called Voices of Tomorrow where I interviewed children.
Mm-hmm.
I did that for 16 years, and I gave them a platform to speak out and be their own. And that was one of my greatest challenges, because where I came from, it was tough.
Well, from my history of being in the dance world, I always used to get up every morning and say, God, if you put me on this earth to teach the cha-cha, take me out now. There's got to be a bigger purpose for me.
Absolutely.
And I realized that it wasn't just teaching people to dance. It was how a couple who were barely speaking when they walked in the studio walked out holding hands. And how these single men would meet a woman of their dreams that they never would have met if it wasn't on the dance floor. So when I chose to be a publicist, I thought, whose life can I live today? And that's how I think you are. You're one of those people.
Well, I think you are too now. I mean, now I know what you do, and you lift other people's, especially with the doctors and all those different people. But don't get that.
Yeah, it's really wonderful to be able to take people's lives and shine a spotlight on them and show them they're important. They're important. From an entertainer.
You are so right. Leslie is so right. And the reason I'm going to say that is every single person in the entire world has something. Everybody has something within them. You just got to find it. Don't pass it by. And everybody is important. I don't care how much money you have or how much money you don't have. That has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
As to who you are, what you are. But there's also, how much can you give to other people? How much can you give?
I mean, you have to have limits to what you give, at some point.
Well, yes, but you're only going to give what you can give anyway.
Exactly.
That's all you're going to give.
Like I won't answer my phone anymore at 2 in the morning.
I still do, because I got people from England and they call me.
Or be like, we need a press release now. We need a story. And I'm like, I'll show you what now is. Now will be at 9 in the morning. Okay, but for the most part, it's really wonderful to be able to lift people and their careers.
And the look on your face and the excitement in your face of what you do is amazing. How can people reach you to? Get some more excitement.
Well, I own LaGuardia Media and Public Relations, and that website is laguardiamediapr.com. And reach out to me. You can get my email there, my phone number. And sometimes people just want to brainstorm. How can you build my brand? How can I sell more tickets to my show? How can you make me famous?
Absolutely.
I say, well, I
that's
don't
what
have a
we're here
magic
for.
wand, but I can do miracles.
We can do it. We can make it. Anyway,
I'm just so happy that I got
She's lovely. I
invited
love
here.
this woman. She's amazing. I want to thank the Art House Theatres for letting us use this space. Is absolutely amazing. They apparently have 20% off any food and drinks and all that stuff and everything. So, and it's a beautiful view up here. It's very modern. It's very lovely here. So don't forget. And also, I want to thank Social Media Shows, which is Pureza, for doing my show for me. She's my new producer. She's amazing. She's got me all over the place.
And she's beautiful.
Isn't she beautiful?
Beautiful.
She's about 5'2" or 1 or something. Look, she's going 5'4". No, she's 5'8". Sorry.
5'4".
I've just built her. No, she's 4 foot something.
Yeah.
She's tiny little soul, but she's amazing. We're both laughing. She's laughing with me. But since this is live, what do we care? We'll be right back with our next guest. Take care. Amazing. Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I have Leslie Laguardia with me. She's named after an airport in New York or
That
somewhere.
was my great-grandfather.
Well, hang it. Oh, I've got to behave myself now with a little bit of celebrities here. What do you mean that was your grandfather?
Yes.
He built the airport?
No, he was the mayor of New York City during the Depression.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Your what a... Oh,
Yes.
I don't ever
Famous
pre-interview
mayor.
anybody.
Very
but
famous mayor, and changed New York
and
City.
he was the mayor of New York.
Yes.
So you knew as a little girl.
Oh no, that was, I wasn't.
You
I
weren't
was a
born.
twinkle. I was a star in the sky then.
You were a star in someone's eyes, somewhere around there you were.
Yeah.
That's amazing, though.
Yeah, it's funny that
That's a
people
cool
would
story.
even. Yeah, it's funny that people would even know LaGuardia out here in Nevada. But yes, I guess he was famous all over the world.
Well, I'm a British subject, so I know all the airports. Because
Yes,
you
of
flying in and
course.
out all over the place, and LaGuardia is one of them, obviously. So, but now you are an author.
I'm a publicist,
You're a publicist.
so I make people famous. People like you.
Well, I'm sitting in the right seat then, aren't I? Because I've got half a book done.
Yeah,
I'm doing a biography of myself.
as you should.
Well, I don't know. I'm going, I'm going into things I don't know if I like what I see. No, it's a long story, obviously. So what made you go into